Okay, so forget everything you think you know about the god Shiva. We're about to dive into a story that just flips the whole legend on its head, stripping away all the divinity to find the man underneath. This is the Immortals of Meluha. Right from the get-go, the book hits you with this massive what if. And really, this one question is what kicks the entire story into motion. It's asking us to imagine Shiva, not as a preordained god, but just a guy, a mortal man, whose actions, whose karma were so epic they made him divine. And this is where that whole journey starts. It's built on this really cool idea that maybe our greatest legends weren't just stories. Maybe they were real people, and that one man's choices could actually elevate him to the status of a god. So let's set the scene. We're going way back to 1900 BC, near the foot of Mount Kailash, and this is where we meet our hero, Shiva. But he's not a god here, not even close. He's a chieftain of a small tribe, and his life is anything but divine. Now, don't get me wrong, Shiva is an amazing warrior. His people look up to him, they respect him. But deep down, he's just so tired of it all. Tired of the constant, brutal, pointless fighting. He's a man who has seen way too much bloodshed and is desperate for something more than just surviving. And right when he's at his breaking point, this stranger, a man named Nandi, just shows up. And he comes with an offer that sounds, well, frankly, impossible. It's a ticket out of this endless cycle of violence, a chance that could literally change the destiny of his entire tribe.
Nandi's pitch is pretty simple, and man, is it tempting. A brand new life in a land called Meluha, a place he calls heaven. I mean, just imagine hearing that when all you've ever known is hardship. How could you possibly say no?
And you can just see the difference right here. On one side, you've got the harsh reality of their lives. And on the other, this dream of a peaceful, prosperous world. It's a choice between a life of constant struggle and a life filled with hope. Seriously, what would you choose? Just as Shiva is weighing this impossible choice, something truly horrific happens that basically makes the decision for him. A rival tribe launches this absolutely brutal attack, murdering women and children. And that, well, that's the final straw. It's the ultimate reminder of the world he needs to escape. He is just filled with this righteous fury, you know? And he goes to his people and lays it all out. He's their leader, but he's not going to make this choice for them. And in this incredible moment of unity, they put all their faith in him. They're ready to follow him no matter where he leads. After a long, grueling journey, that faith pays off. As they finally come over the last mountain pass, the Gunas see it. And what they see is it's just beyond anything they could have possibly imagined.
So yeah, Nandi's promise of heaven, he wasn't exaggerating. Not one bit. For people who've only known this rocky, unforgiving land, the lush green valley of Meluha is like a literal paradise. It's the very definition of a new beginning.
And their capital city, Srinagar, is just mind-blowing. I mean, check this out. The whole city is built on this huge platform to protect it from floods. It's got perfect grid-patterned roads, advanced underground drainage. This isn't just a town, it's a marvel of engineering. A whole different universe from the huts the Gunas are used to. But you know how it is. When something seems too good to be true, it usually is. The very first rule they encounter is this mandatory 7-day quarantine. It's the first little clue that maybe this perfect order in Meluha has a hidden cost. Makes you wonder, what else is going on behind the scenes? In that very first night, that's when things get really weird. A strange sickness just rips through the Guna tribe, and this is just the start of a night that is going to completely change Shiva's life forever. So while all of his people are burning up with this mysterious fever, Shiva is totally fine. He's the only one. Imagine how terrifying that must feel, watching everyone you care about suffer while you're going through your own bizarre and painful transformation. Shiva's body basically goes haywire. First, he's sweating uncontrollably. Then, and get this, his old battle scars literally start to vanish. Broken bones seem to fix themselves. And then this intense, unnatural cold settles deep in his throat. It's like he's being completely remade. But into what? When he finally comes out of his bath, the Meluhans just collapse. They fall to their knees, totally in awe of him. They're looking at him like he's their savior, and all he sees is a bunch of strangers acting crazy. He has no idea what's happening. And then, he sees his reflection in a polished copper plate, and his throat,
It's turned this vibrant, shimmering blue. He is the Nilkanth, the one from the legends, prophesied to save their entire civilization. I mean, how do you even begin to process something like that?
So, in this span of a single night, Shiva has gone from being an immigrant, a refugee, to being their messiah. He's the living, breathing fulfillment of a prophecy he's never even heard of, for a people he just met. Suddenly, the weight of an entire empire is on his shoulders. And just like that, he becomes a prisoner of his new status. He's treated like a god, sure, but he's cut off from his own people, and he's denied the one thing he really wants, answers. And all this secrecy from the Meluhans, it just makes him more suspicious. You have to wonder, what are they hiding? Right before he's whisked away, he gets one tiny piece of the puzzle. This perfect paradise he came to, well, it turns out it's in deep, deep trouble. And he, the outsider, the barbarian from the mountains, is somehow their only hope. You gotta appreciate the irony, right? So Shiva came to Meluha looking for peace, but instead he's found a whole new kind of war. It's a battle against a destiny he never wanted and doesn't believe in. He's a reluctant savior, a god who's not even sure he believes in gods. So the real question is, can a man who's lost his faith in the world become its savior? His journey has only just begun.